The beat of drums, the distinct melodic singing, the energetic style of dancing and clapping. For almost a century now, this signature ritual of worship has remained the same among the AKURINU believers. The AKURINU church began in the mid-1920s in central Kenya, and though the church considered itself Christian, just like today, it still largely followed Kikuyu traditional religion, and the preaching and songs were done in the Kikuyu dialect, a faith and language common to all its members. The origin of the church name remains unclear, but the most common one is that during the early AKURINU crowd-pulling evangelistic meetings, a preacher would ask the crowd, "Mokoreno," meaning, "Who is the Redeemer?" And they would answer, "Nejeso," meaning, "It is Jesus." And from that it is said, the community has since been known as AKURINU.
Manufaa ya hili kanisa ni ya kwamba hata mafundisho ni kutoka kwa Biblia, sio kutoka kwa mambo mengine yote. Doctrine yote ni ya Biblia. Tunaanzia kufunza mtoto akiwa mchanga mambo ya kanisa. Kwa hivyo hata akiwa mkubwa, hata waacha lile neno nalifudi, hata ingawa akienda huko nje apate watu wengine na mambo haya na haya hayata ya kopi, kwa sababu ameanza akiwa chini, akiwa mtoto mdogo. Kwa hivyo ni vigumu hata kuja mabadiliko gani aweze badilisha mavazi au mtindo wa kumwabudu Mungu.
But as the traditional AKURINU church sings and dances to the old tunes, a new generation is starting to move to a new one. Peter Joel Mushkina is among the new change agents in the AKURINU church. His church has strict rules and guidelines that govern dating and marriage among the believers, and in his pursuit of love, Peter defied each one of them.
We have regulations and rules that abide to us that when it comes to dating and marriage. So one of them is you have to have the letter from the priests or the elders of the church to get to the lady that you're going to date. So you first given the letter and you take to the lady so that she can confirm, yes, she wanna date you. Then you take it back to the elders, then they approve it, this is it, then they talk to the lady. When the lady agrees, then you're conjoined together and you're given a time to date, then to plan for maybe the wedding. In the AKURINU sector, we aren't supposed to marry outside, but I found it, I would go for it because of the love that I have for charity. I thought since it's love that brings us together, it's not the religion, I thought it was wise to go for the lady and date her. Though it was challenging because, you know, she isn't from our sect, but I had to go for it because I'm in love. The challenges that I went through, it's first, I wouldn't do the marriage maybe in church because she isn't from our religion. So it was so hard for me to convince them that it's just love that made me go for her, and it is not about religion, because you can be in a religion and you're not in love. So I wouldn't go ask for the letters to come and marry her. I went ahead and dated, then we got married.
However, Peter's bold decision led to his excommunication from the church.
To convince them, it was hard because to an extent maybe you should be communicated because you are not marrying someone from the church. So when we got our first son, because we didn't go through the church, it has to make you go out of the church and be excommunicated. So it was really hard for me because you feel left out and you're just a normal person of the same religion.
After months of dialogue and mediation, the church finally accepted him and his young family into the fold. However, Peter says that despite the challenges he went through, he has no regrets about his decision.
I wouldn't remove my turban because I'm in love with the AKURINUs. So I would fellowship in another church, which is a Christian, because I'm following my God. And you see, when you're a Christian, you have a name. You're going to heaven.
Peter hopes to continue to be a change agent in his church, guiding the youth in relationship and marriage matters, and also in other new and exciting adventures. Peter began the AKURINU Skating Club in 2014, and since then, the team has not only participated and won in many local, regional, and international competitions, but has also grown in popularity.
In the beginning, people didn't recognize us and they felt like it's just a cult or it's just people who don't know what they want to do. But right now they're embracing it, and I have students who also want to join the AKURINU team because they're seeing the competition, people are doing great, they're having medals, they're having cash to pay for their school fees, so they're embracing it so much.
Peter explains that the core purpose of the club is not only to excel in the skating field, but also use it as a tool to evangelize the gospel of Jesus Christ.
I thought it was a good platform to preach Christ and also evangelize, because when you're doing skating and you're still a follower of Christ, you will preach as to many people because you travel a lot.
But even with his good spiritual intentions, it was not easy to get approval from the majority of the church elders.
Mostly we wear costumes. They thought maybe that's not an attire for the church. So they find it hard, but right now they're feeling good because it's just a sport like any other. So it's just like football when you have to wear a short and a t-shirt. The same way we have to wear skates, wear our suits, our skating suits.
And though some of the more progressive elders have accepted skating as a good sport and a tool for evangelism, the line has been collectively drawn against any female church members participating in the club.
In my skating team, we had ladies before then, but because of difficulties when it comes to dressing, because in our church ladies wear pleated clothes and they are long dresses, so it wouldn't be comfortable for them to wear those such dresses. So it was hard for me to coach them because they can't wear trousers or even any shorts.
Because of the nature of the strenuous activity involved, sportswear is generally very minimal, creating a rigid dichotomy between rules on sports attire and the AKURINU beliefs on modest and plain dressing. But there are now young AKURINU models who want to cut out the dichotomy, not just in the sports world, but in the fashion industry and also in their day-to-day wear. They are conquering the fashion runway, creating their own designs and appearing on Kenyan media and featuring prominently on social media. This is much to the delight of many who have had little knowledge of the previously media-shy religious community. But just like the AKURINU church, it appears that the Kenyan public is still not ready to accept a drastic departure of the modest dressing that is characteristic of the AKURINU. Kenyan female model Peshwa Derero received sharp criticism when she posted a photo of herself on social media wearing a swimsuit. After the uproar, she succumbed to the public pressure and deleted the photo. Trying to bring change within the AKURINU church is not a battle for the faint-hearted, a fact that Alan Aaron knows only too well.
When you come back to our church, we are very much preserved. So there are things that you can do watasema umeenda overboard. You are not supposed to do that. So wengi nowadays you can see even tuko na model, tuko na wengine wako bunge, tuko na wengine wanafanya load. But back then hakukuwa wengi walikuwa wanataka kujitokelezea. And most of the guys, especially back in our circle or in our church, walikuwa wakisoma sana ama wana talanta ama wakitaka kufanya something different, wali opt kutoa turban.
The white turban or headscarf worn by every AKURINU believer is a sign of their connection with God. And so for 35-year-old Alan, who fuses the AKURINU beat with modern urban music, removing the turban was out of the question, as it not only acted as a testament to his faith, but also gave him a unique identity in the music industry.
Nilikuwa na picture hivi, me with my turban, kama AKURINU, I'm AKURINU who is rapping. So people will be like, wow, this is beautiful. So when I do it perfectly, nitakuwa na more following na pia wase watasikiza vile nasema.
From his journey, Alan understands that it is still difficult for young and talented AKURINU to pursue their dreams, which may at times be in conflict with the church's beliefs. So Aaron has created a safe haven for the musically inclined.
Sasa unapata tuko na studio hapa, tunajita Garu Kingdom. Garu Kingdom, Garu is a place where young people used to come together back in our religion. Wana grow pamoja, wanasaidiana mpaka wana achieve their dreams. This is my prayer and my desire that within no time itaweza kuwa raise vijana ama tutakuwa raise vijana kama Garu Kingdom wenye tutapata tuko wengi kwa mainstream music.
There's still a long way to go, but the sound of change is playing in the AKURINU church. In 1938, in his book Facing Mount Kenya, the country's first president, Jomo Kenyatta, noted that though the AKURINU church was functioning in various parts where the Kikuyu lived, the church had little influence within the general population. Many decades later, that reality remains the same. In Kenya, it is rare to find an AKURINU believer working in a corporate setting, teaching in an institution of higher learning, or even heading a multinational corporation or enterprise. But the landscape is changing.
Kuna tofauti nyingi ambazo nimeona. Wakati wa mwanzo hatukuwa tunasoma kwa shule. Hata tukienda shule si sana vile wa siku hizi, watoto wetu wanaenda mpaka university, wana graduate, ni kanisa lipanuke. Watoto wasome, wapate waajiriwe. Kwa hivyo ni kanisa liendelee, sio kurudi nyuma, niliendelee vile dunia ilivyo. Lakini sio mambo ya dunia, ni kuendelea wakiwa na kisomo na wakiwa ni Wakristo.
By holding on to their traditional faith and beliefs, and also reaching out into the modern world, the AKURINU church is slowly marching on into a new future.